Kevin Durant's career is kind of crazy. He's probably going to be the only top 20 player to not really have a home. It should be OKC, but he went to Golden State. We don't need to rehash that. It should be Golden State, but Golden State fans have to keep arguing on behalf of Steph Curry, and I don't blame them for that, because people tried to make it seem like Kevin Durant saved him. They won a championship without KD, so Golden State fans have to hold on to that. So KD will probably never get the love he really deserves from Golden State, but that's his fault. And then Brooklyn was gonna be it. Brooklyn had a chance to be Kevin Durant. He had a chance to make the Nets cool. You know, the gray courts, the Basquiat jerseys, number 7, it was cool. He might have actually won MVP one year if he didn't get hurt. Then the foot on the line, and then he demands a trade. And now how do Nets fans even feel about Kevin Durant? And now, if I was a Suns fan, I would hate this dude. No, nothing personal, but I would hate this dude. We just went to the finals, won 64 games the next year, and then we trade our whole team to build around Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. I would hate this. We were terrible for years. We missed out on Luka. We built it up organically, added Chris Paul. Mikal Bridges became better than you ever believed he would. Cam Johnson became one of the best shooters in the NBA. DeAndre Ayton, yes, he frustrates you, but he also helped you get to a finals. You don't even beat the Pelicans without DeAndre Ayton, and that's coming from a Pelicans fan. He was not missing. And I know hindsight is 2020. You got a chance to get KD, you go get KD. And who knows, they might make a miraculous run to the finals this year. That's possible. But if you're a Suns fan between the age of like 15 to 25, you just broke up maybe your favorite team of all time for Kevin Durant. And if he doesn't deliver, that's gonna leave a bad taste. And that's gonna be another fan base that won't ride for KD. Now in 15, 20 years, even maybe 10 years, OKC will probably do the right thing, retire his jersey, give him all the love he deserves for what he brought to that city. But it never will be the love they have for Westbrook. It won't. Golden State goes without saying. It will never be the love they have for Curry. Brooklyn might never be the love they have for Brook Lopez. Maybe that's a stretch, but I don't know. And Phoenix will probably never be the love they had for Chris Paul. It probably won't even be the love they had for Amari Stoudemire or Kevin Johnson, and that's kind of sad to me. Where if you look at a guy like Chris Paul, I'm not sure why it seems like New Orleans fans don't really celebrate him like that. Maybe just because the playoff series, maybe it's because Chris Paul does a lot of questionable things on the court that they didn't like in that series, and I understand that part of it. But Chris Paul is a icon in New Orleans, will always be. With the Clippers, Lob City will always be remembered. The year with OKC will always be remembered by those fans. The Rockets years where they were the only ones challenging the Warriors, and maybe if he doesn't get hurt, they win. Rockets fans will always remember that, always think about that time fondly. And it's sad that Kevin Durant might not have that. As of right now, Golden State is the only team that actively celebrates Kevin Durant. Joe Lacob is the only one talking about retiring Kevin Durant's number. And maybe Kevin Durant does not care about these type of things, but it's kind of hard to believe that. You even question how proud of the Golden State run is he? If KD never makes another finals run, never wins another MVP, and has to go back to Golden State to get his jersey retired, is he gonna be proud of that? He should be, but is he gonna be? And I don't wanna hear anything about legacy and all that not mattering. That's what it's all about. Is it stupid a lot of times? Yes, but sports, you know, that's what it's about. It's a soap opera. And that's why me personally, after the Kyrie trade, I was so excited to see what this team was gonna look like. The Nets I'm talking about, building around KD. I even made a video titled "The Nets Aren't Done." I thought they were gonna make a move for like Fred VanVleet or DeMar DeRozan, and KD was about to have his moment with his team. Actually, here's a clip from that video and how excited I was about this moment for KD. It's pretty clear that this team is still trying to win around Kevin Durant. And once you establish that, trading for Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round picks is really not the same value as trading for 2 guys that are going to help you immediately in a first-round pick. And I think at the deadline, they're either going to get another guard or they're going to get a big. Jakob Poeltl, Fred VanVleet, I really see a Fred VanVleet move to this team. The contract of Joe Harris, maybe Cam Thomas in the first-round pick they just got from the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe you have to add in a second first-round pick. But it does not seem like Freddie's trade value is that high right now. So the Brooklyn Nets can really be playing chess. They can send Kyrie Irving to Dallas, not giving him to the Lakers, not giving him to the Clippers, and not giving him to the Suns, and then go out and get the guy in Fred VanVleet that all those other teams are trying to get as well. They could really do that. Another name I think to keep in mind here is DeMar DeRozan. One, because DeMar DeRozan is an amazing player, I believe they were going all in on Kevin Durant. I thought it was going to be KD and DeMar with Dorian Finney-Smith and Nick Claxton and a bunch of role players. Doesn't sound too great, but I thought KD was about to lead that team. Instead, he demanded a trade a couple days later, and here we are today with the Phoenix Suns being on the brink of elimination. If they're in the play-in, they might go home before the first round even begins, and that would be a disaster for this team because there's really no move forward. You're not going to get a good deal trading Bradley Beal. All of a sudden, trading Kevin Durant is your only option to move forward. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if the Phoenix Suns go home in the first round or the play-in this year, and then you got Wemby coming, you got Ja Morant and the Grizzlies coming back next year, it's like this team, I don't know. I'm not the biggest KD fan, but if they lose in the play-in, the Phoenix Suns fans are gonna hate this dude. They're just going to, and I wouldn't blame them. And it's not personal. They broke up their favorite team ever possibly to bring in you, and now we're going home in the play-in. It just, it is what it is though. KD's gonna be the only top 20 player ever without a real home.